Welcome to another deep dive into the world of unimaginable wealth, power, and privilege. Today, we pull back the velvet curtain on the woman who grew up between Hollywood luxury and Trump dynasty influence, Tiffany Trump. She's the billionaire heiress who mastered the art of staying private while living in a world of private jets, couture gowns, and global connections. This is the untold story of Tiffany's secret billionaire life, and it's more intriguing than you think. When you hear the Trump name, you probably think of skyscrapers, gold-plated penthouses, political drama, and a life lived under the blinding spotlight. But in the middle of all that noise exists a figure who, for decades, managed to glide just outside the constant camera flashes: Tiffany Ariana Trump. She's the youngest daughter of Donald Trump, born into wealth most people can't even imagine, yet she's lived her own version of a billionaire's life. One that is far quieter, more private, and, in many ways, more mysterious. An unusual Trump upbringing. Tiffany was born on October 13, 1993, in West Palm Beach, Florida, to Donald Trump and his second wife, actress Marla Maples. Unlike her older half-siblings, Donald Jr., Ivanka, and Eric, Tiffany didn't grow up in New York at the epicenter of the Trump empire. After her parents split when she was just 5 years old, Marla moved Tiffany to California. This move would shape her life in a profound way. While the rest of the Trump children were molded under their father's close watch in the corporate and media world of Manhattan, Tiffany grew up in Calabasas, surrounded by a different kind of privilege: Hollywood wealth, celebrity neighbors, and an elite but relatively private social circle. In her early years, Tiffany attended Viewpoint School, a prestigious private school where her classmates were the children of Hollywood producers, Grammy-winning artists, and tech entrepreneurs. Though her father's presence was felt, lavish trips to New York, front-row seats at Trump events, Tiffany's day-to-day life was distinctly separate from the Trump machine. A billionaire's lifestyle, but on her own terms. Even as a teenager, Tiffany experienced the kind of luxuries most people only see in magazines: exotic vacations, personal security, and designer wardrobes. But here's where she stands out from the stereotype: Tiffany wasn't just a passive heiress. By her own choice, she pursued an education that set her apart. She attended the University of Pennsylvania, her father's alma mater, graduating in 2016 with a degree in sociology and urban studies. And instead of diving into the family real estate business or basking in the socialite scene, she enrolled at Georgetown University Law Center, earning her law degree in 2020. For Tiffany, the billionaire life wasn't just about yachts and red carpets. It was about having the skills to stand independently if she chose. Dabbling in the spotlight. Despite her low-key approach, Tiffany has had her glamorous moments. At just 17, she released a pop single called "Like a Bird," a catchy but lighthearted dip into the entertainment world. She's interned at Vogue, walked in New York Fashion Week, and attended the Met Gala. Her Instagram feed, especially in her early 20s, often resembled that of a rich kid of Instagram: luxury holidays in Greece, helicopter rides in the Hamptons, and ultra-exclusive parties. But there's a contrast here. Tiffany's posts were never as excessive or boastful as many in her social set. Her friends often remarked that, despite her access to jets and jewels, she was grounded and approachable. The billionaire social circle. While Tiffany has kept her life private, her connections are undeniably elite. In California, she mingled with the children of Hollywood icons. In New York and DC, she formed relationships with political figures, business magnates, and international royals. This circle expanded dramatically when she met Michael Boulos in 2018. Michael, the heir to a multi-billion-dollar Nigerian conglomerate, brought his own network of global wealth and influence. Their romance was a merging of two worlds: the Trump real estate and branding dynasty, and the Boulos international business empire. A fairy tale wedding. In November 2022, Tiffany Trump stepped into the spotlight for one of the most extravagant moments of her life: her wedding to billionaire heir Michael Boulos. The location was nothing short of iconic: Mar-a-Lago, the Trump family's sprawling Florida estate, where history, politics, and opulence intersect. The event was a breathtaking display of wealth and elegance, reportedly costing several $1 million. Guests were greeted by grand floral archways overflowing with white roses and orchids, creating a dreamlike entrance that could have been lifted from the pages of a royal wedding magazine. Tiffany's gown, a custom couture masterpiece, shimmered under the golden light, with intricate beadwork and a flowing train that trailed behind her like a cascade of pure luxury. Michael wore a perfectly tailored tuxedo, exuding understated sophistication to match the setting. The guest list was a roll call of international power and influence, political leaders, business tycoons, celebrities, and family friends from across continents. The reception was a fusion of cultures and tastes, reflecting the union of the Trump dynasty with the Boulos family's global business empire. A live orchestra played timeless classics, champagne flowed endlessly, and the evening ended with a fireworks display over the Atlantic, illuminating the estate in a finale worthy of the Trump legacy. It wasn't just a wedding, it was a statement, a reminder that Tiffany, though often private, could command the world's attention when she chose to step into the light. Motherhood and an even quieter life. In May 2025, Tiffany gave birth to her first child, Alexander Trump Boulos. Motherhood has marked another shift for her. Even fewer public appearances, more time in private residences in Florida, New York, and abroad. Yet, for those in the know, the luxury remains: private jets for family visits, access to the most exclusive resorts, and a lifestyle shielded from the press. Wealth, assets, and the Trump legacy. As the daughter of Donald Trump, Tiffany stands to inherit part of a fortune estimated in the billions. While her personal net worth is estimated between $10–25 million in 2025, this doesn't fully account for the trust funds, real estate holdings, and international investments she is connected to through both the Trump and Boulos families. Her access includes multi-million-dollar homes in the US and abroad, shares in Trump-branded properties and businesses, potential stakes in Boulos family ventures spanning retail, construction, and luxury goods, a network of high-value art, jewelry, and collectibles. The public rarely gets a glimpse into the scale of these assets because Tiffany, unlike many heirs, does not flaunt every purchase or possession online. The art of staying private. If there's a single defining trait in Tiffany Trump's billionaire secret life, it's her ability to maintain privacy while living in privilege. Many of her peers grew addicted to public attention, reality shows, constant tabloid features, and high-drama public relationships. Tiffany chose another route. Her inner circle is carefully curated. She appears only at select social events, high-profile enough to maintain her elite status, but rare enough to keep intrigue alive. She speaks at political gatherings for her father, yet refrains from making herself a full-time public figure. This balance has allowed her to avoid the kind of controversies that have plagued other high-profile heirs. The future of Tiffany Trump. The next chapter in Tiffany's life is likely to be defined by her roles as a wife, mother, and potentially a legal or philanthropic force. She has hinted at an interest in humanitarian work, and her connection to two global business dynasties gives her unprecedented resources to fund such causes. Whether she steps into a more public role or continues her quiet reign over a life of privilege remains to be seen. One thing is certain: Tiffany Trump embodies a kind of billionaire lifestyle that is less about showing and more about knowing the right people, having access to the right places, and enjoying the kind of freedom only generational wealth can buy. From her quiet California upbringing to a life shared with one of the world's wealthiest heirs, Tiffany Trump has shown that not all billionaire stories need to be loud to be extraordinary. Whether she steps into the spotlight or continues her life of discreet luxury, one thing is certain: her story is far from over. If you enjoyed this look inside her world, make sure to like, subscribe, and join us next time for another journey into the lives of the ultra-rich. Until then, keep dreaming big, and living even bigger.